You're watching DonBest.com. I'm Frank Trigg. This is the MMA Insider Show. Nick Kalikas, who's usually with me, is on vacation this week. This week we're talking about Bellator 88, Schlemenko versus Falco. A great main event. It's going to be an amazing stand-up battle. Both guys should try to get to the ground, but I think either one of them will. They'll try to force the pace on their feet. But first, let's get into the co-main event. Akop Sapayan versus Marlon Sandro. Sapayan comes in at plus 350, and Sandro comes in at minus 450, and rightfully so. Sandro's the better overall fighter. Trains at Novignao, which is the same place that, for those of you that watch mixed martial arts, Jose Aldo trains out of as well. So, and it seems the momentum that goes on, not just fighting when you have teammates fighting on the same card, but it also seems to push along when it comes to the group, the actual talent place where these guys are training. And Novignao has got the momentum going right now, especially with Jose Aldo's win over Frank Yeager last weekend. So when these guys fight on Thursday night, Sapayan comes in with an MMA record of 12-4, 6 wins via KO, and he fights out of Russia. Sandro, MMA record 23-7, 7 wins via KO, but has the better ground game. He's getting a little bit older, and he's finally gotten smart and tried to start training a little bit more in Master Penanderis to really figure out how to do the ground game for a real smart manufactural space. He knows he can't keep it on his feet anymore and take too many headshots, so when he gets in trouble, he's going to try and take it to the ground. Sapayan's stand-up game and sambo game will keep it on the feet. So I think, unfortunately for Marlon, this is going to be a stand-up war. But he's got the better stand-up, the better hands, and the more technical boxing. I definitely think he's going to win this fight just because he's a smarter fighter overall and understands the game inside and out a lot better than Akop does. Moving on to the main event, this is going to be a great stand-up war. Both guys, like I said earlier, need to try to get to the ground, but I don't think they will. Falco and Schlemenko. Falco comes in coming in right now at plus 215, and Sandro comes in at Schlemenko comes in at minus 275. So Falco comes in at 215, and Schlemenko comes in at minus 275. This is a huge feat for both guys, stepping up in competition. But Falco has an MMA record of 31-4, 23 wins by KO. He's only got 4 submission victories in his entire battle. He's on a 4-fight win streak. The last 3 were in Bellator, but those 3 went to decision. So even though he is a knockout artist, people are starting to figure out his game and figure out his pattern. He fought in the UFC one time, won a very easy decision, or a very easy TKO. Then was supposed to fight one more time, got injured, had to pull out. Then they got to move him on to fight one more time again, and he got in some legal trouble and had to be on house arrest for 2 years. So he got released from the UFC. This is a guy that if he'd been in the UFC would be one of the top-end contenders. But now, with that 2-year layoff and being on house arrest, it's been unavailable to really get his game stepped up to the highest level. And as a result, his last 3 fights have gone to decision. In this fight against Schlemenko, with an MMA record of 21-1 and 13 wins via KO, he's the better overall fighter. Schlemenko's sambo style of competition on his feet will get to the ground, and he always finds a way to end up on top. Even when you take him down, he finds a way to put himself back on top in the best position possible to win. He's got amazing ground and pound, understands the game of how to get out of submissions, and on his feet is the better technical boxer, but tends to come in not the best cardio shape. Falco will push this pace to the very end because he understands how to go through a decision and obviously has in his last 3 fights. Schlemenko, on the other hand, if he doesn't practice and hasn't been training to be in better cardio shape, you'll start to see him wane at the end of the 3rd round and the further end of the rounds. He's going to have a problem if he doesn't start to come off very, very hot and heavy in the 1st round and through the 2nd round to prove that he's the better guy and the better fighter to get that established right away. This is one of those fights where the guy that establishes his style and technique early will win the fight. But I'm still sticking with Schlemenko. He's the better fighter overall. Cardiovascular system or not, I think he wins this fight in decision. And I think Marlon Sandro wins the fight with an early stoppage, a submission with an early stoppage sometime in the 2nd round. There you have it. These are my picks for this week's MMA fight. Bellator 88, Schlemenko versus Falco. This is DonBest.com. I'm Frank Trigg. We'll talk to you soon.